اهلا بيك في حلقه جديده من سلسله دودة الكتب، السلسله اللي بناخد فيها اجزاء من كتب وبنقراها وبنستخرج منها معلومات وكلمات وتعبيرات جديده. السلسله دي شرح انجليزي فقط لانها تبع المستوى الثالث من كورس تعلم اللغه الانجليزيه على تطبيق زي امريكان انجلش. لو مستواك ما يسمحش بمتابعه السلسله دي ولقيتها متقدمه عليك، اتاكد انك تحمل التطبيق من اول تعليق علشان تدرس الكورس مجانا بالترتيب الصحيح. اما لو مستواك متقدم خليك معايا. Hi there folks, it's time for another fabulous read. Let's roll up our sleeves and begin. You don't need me to remind you that red highlighted words are new words that I will explain at the end of the video. Cool? Let's begin. When is a person too young? The I am too young variety of age execusitis does much damage too. About a year ago, a 23-year-old fellow named Jerry came to me with a problem. Jerry was a fine young man. He had been a paratrooper in the service and then he had gone to college. While going to college, Jerry supported his wife and son by selling for a large transfer and storage company. He had done a terrific job, both in college and for his company. But today, Jerry was worried. Dr. Schwartz, he said, I have got a problem. My company has offered me the job of sales manager. This would make me supervisor over 8 salesmen. Congratulations, that's wonderful news, I said, but you seem worried. Well, he continued, all 8 men I am to supervise are from 7 to 21 years older than I. What do you think I should do? Can I handle it? Jerry, I said, the general manager of your company obviously thinks you're old enough or he wouldn't have offered you the job. Just remember these 3 points and everything will work out just fine. First, don't be age conscious. Back on the farm, a boy became a man when he proved he could do the work of a man. His number of birthdays had nothing to do with it. And this applies to you. When you prove you're able to handle the job of sales manager, you're automatically old enough. Second, don't take advantage of your new gold bars. Show respect for the salesmen. Ask them for their suggestions. Make them feel they're working for a team captain, not a dictator. Do this and the men will work with you, not against you. Third, get used to having older persons working for you. Leaders in all fields soon find they are younger than many of the people they supervise. So get used to having older men work for you. It will help you a lot in the coming years when even bigger opportunities develop. And remember, Jerry, your age won't be a handicap unless you make it one. Today, Jerry's doing fine. He loves the transportation business and now he's planning to organize his own company in a few years. Youth is a liability only when the youth think it is. You often hear that certain jobs require considerable physical maturity, jobs like selling securities and insurance, that you've got to have either gray hair or no hair at all in order to gain investors' confidence is plain nonsense. What really matters is how well you know your job. If you know your job and understand people, you're sufficiently mature to handle it. Age has no real relationship to ability, unless you convince yourself that years alone will give you the stuff you need to make your remark. Many young people feel that they are being held back because of their youth. Now, it's true that another person in an organization who's insecure and job scared may try to block your way forward using age or some other reason. But the people who really count in the company will not. They will give you as much responsibility as they feel you can handle well. Demonstrate that you have ability and positive attitudes, and your youthfulness will be considered an advantage. In quick recap, the cure for age execusitis is 1. Look at your present age positively. Think, I'm still young, not I'm already old. Practice looking forward to new horizons and gain the enthusiasm and the feel of youth. 2. Compute how much productive time you have left. Remember, a person age 30 still has 80% of his productive life ahead of him, and the 50-year-old still has a big 40%, the best 40% of his opportunity years left. Life is actually longer than most people think. 3. Invest future time in doing what you really want to do. It's too late only when you let your mind go negative and think it's too late. Stop thinking I should have started years ago. That's failure thinking. Instead, think, I'm going to start now. My best years are ahead of me. That's the way successful people think. Paratrooper, a soldier trained and equipped to parachute from an airplane. Paratroopers were dropped behind enemy lines to capture key points on the roads into the city. Age conscious, to be always aware of one's age. Youth, young people, she spent her youth in the country. Liability, an obligation to pay money to another party. They have no legal liability for damage to customers' possessions. Maturity, the period of time in your life after your physical growth has stopped and you're fully developed. Beth shows a maturity way beyond her 16 years. Securities, something given, deposited, or pledged to make certain fulfillment of an obligation. Her money is tied up in securities and is not available to her at present. Insurance, an agreement by which a person pays a company and the company promises to pay money if the person becomes injured or dies, or to pay for the value of property lost or damaged. The insurance company is responsible for this case. Mature, fully developed physically, full grown. Sarah thinks that she's a mature woman now. Insecure, not confident about oneself. He's very insecure about his appearance. Demonstrate, explain by example. Let me demonstrate how the machine works. Recap, a summary at the end that repeats the highlights of a previous discussion. Could you give me a quick recap of what happened in the meeting? Horizon, the limit of a person's knowledge, experience, or interest. She wanted to leave home and broaden her horizon. Enthusiasm, feeling of excitement. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm.